Microsoft Flight Simulator has brought so much to the flight simulation world. But with the Xbox release upcoming, constant updates and add-ons from every corner, there is still plenty to get excited about. Today guys, I'm going through the best aircraft that are coming to the sim, pay-ware and freeware in my opinion. Let's get into it. Hello YouTube, I'm Pilot Stud and welcome back to another video. If you're new around here, be sure to like, comment and subscribe to stay up to date with the most important and interesting Microsoft Flight Simulation and aviation content. In today's video, I go through a long list of the aircraft I'm excited for and the aircraft I think are the best that are coming to the sim. This includes a wide array of freeware and payware aircraft from a variety of developers. Without any further delay, let's get right into it. Okay, so to kick it off, I thought I'd start off with an aircraft that I'm sure many of you are starting to get familiar with now. We've got the Fenix Sim A320 CEO, standing for current engine option. Now this is a recently announced high fidelity airliner, and this is a high fidelity study level A320. We've of course got the fly-by-wire A320 Neo and the default A320. But this is really worlds apart. It is payware, but it's not set to be so expensive. From the screenshots and videos we've been shown so far, it looks marvellous. From a completely custom navigation system to systems built from the ground up, this cannot be compared to the default A320 or fly-by-wire A320. It is so far apart. Personally, I'm really excited for this aircraft, and the fact it's set to be quite affordable brings a whole nother level of aircraft to the sim. That's why it's the first aircraft I talk about in this video, but now let's talk about another fantastic aircraft coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Sticking with high fidelity airliners, we move over to the PMDG 737. Now PMDG recently released their DC-6 to much applause. And while it was thought the 737 was going to be released before the DC-6, it would appear that was not the case. Now, information and screenshots on this aircraft have been slim, to say the least. We are told it's meant to be released by the end of 2021, but we've received no further information there. There have been a few delays and setbacks due to the SDK. But PMDG really do know how to create fantastic aircraft, and it would be a lie to say this aircraft won't be study level. It's set to be a high fidelity aircraft, but you do pay a high price. These aircraft systems are used in the real world flight training market, to train pilots on fixed and motion simulators, so you know they have to have something about them. And from the screenshots we've been shown so far, although they are very old in terms of Microsoft Flight Simulator, it looks very promising. Moving over, we turn to a freeware aircraft, and this is the Synaptic Designs A320. And what sets the two freeware aircraft in this video apart from the others not being included in this video is the depth of the systems we've seen. I cannot exaggerate it enough. While every single freeware project deserves a lot of respect, systems are always the bits that catch the developers out and often cause the death of many freeware development teams who just don't have the money to carry it on. Well, Synaptic Designs certainly show their depth of systems, creating custom Airbus A220 systems in this beautiful regional jet, and providing us with some gameplay footage, which really does show that this could be one of the best freeware products out there. I'm personally really excited for an A220. It's perfect for some hops between some smaller airports. And I know many people are also very excited for this aircraft, as well as shown by the massive amount of users on their Discord server, which I've put in the description. While their development, progress and updates more focuses on the interior and what's behind the screens, they don't provide too many external shots. I do think this is a good way to go about it, because internally it is often the most difficult part to get, because the internals are often the most difficult part to get done. Sticking with freeware, we come over to the Ouroboros E-Series family, all the way going from the E170 to the E195 and everything in between. Progress here has been immaculate and remarkable. Texturing looks amazing, externally and internally, and the systems we've got already from the ECAS display to the primary flight display, well, it's very promising, which is why it's in the best aircraft coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator video. I'm personally really excited for all of these aircraft in this video, but if you're not, be sure to share what you think down in the comments. Are you excited or are you not so excited? Ouroboros, once again, they've got a Discord server. I put a link in the description. Going back to pay-ware, we've got the Quality Wings 787. Now this is meant to be released imminently, so we should see this on the marketplace hopefully soon, although I should say the development team and Quality Wings themselves have been very quiet on all their social media, so maybe they're preparing for something big. You may be wondering, why do we need another 787 when we've got a 787 in the sim? Well, this brings over the 787-8, 9 and 10, so you get 3 variants. And of course, this makes a highly realistic 787. It's not your Asobo one, which I don't think is very good. Personally, I think it's Asobo's worst aircraft. It's laggy, the systems aren't very good, and it doesn't look great either. So hopefully Quality Wings will shake this up. It shouldn't be overly expensive compared to PMDG. The Ultimate 787 collection for P3D came in at just under $80. So it is a big leap for many, I'm sure, but it's not up there with PMDG by about $50. And if I do recall, most of their products are sponsored by Boeing, and some of them even used in the real world for real world training. Showing that this is something to get really excited for, because they are high fidelity airliners. I know I've said get excited for a lot of these aircraft, but these really are the best of the best. Something that really puts a smile on my face. And the screenshots they provided already, despite the fact most of them are quite old, they look really good. Our final 2 aircraft are quite different to the ones I've shown you already. Throughout this video, most of them, or all of them so far, have been jetliners. The final 2 could not be further from that. Well, I guess one of them could be, but let's move on to our penultimate aircraft, the TwinOtter by Aerosoft. Aerosoft have already created their beautiful CRJ, which was met with such a positive response because it was very good. And now they're bringing a little turboprop aircraft over to the sim, the TwinOtter. The screenshots they've provided already in both types of aircraft, with the floats and with the standard landing gears. It looks really beautiful. I hope the sounds are really good on this aircraft. In a propeller aircraft, the sounds are really important. Perfect for Caribbean island hopping. It really does look beautiful. Aerosoft have really stepped up their game recently. They've always been a good developer team, but not necessarily right at the top. It would appear from the CRJ they've turned this prophecy around, and have already started producing some of the best aircraft we've seen for the sim so far. I hope the TwinOtter holds it up. I think it comes in somewhere between $30 to $50 US, so it's not too expensive. And if this aircraft is your kind of thing, then you've got it. I think they're aiming to get it done by the end of 2021, so keep an eye out. And finally, now this is not a study level airliner, but it is a remarkably beautiful aircraft, and I think it could be a lot of fun for many people. The DC Designs Concorde hopefully will be coming soon. Now, DC Designs have said on their Facebook page that they're focusing on their Concorde after they get some more fighter jets out, but that doesn't mean we haven't already been provided with many screenshots. DC Designs, of course, have released an F-15 already for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and that was met with a mixed response for good reasons. It was good and bad at the same time. They've already released a Concorde for P3D and Flight Simulator X. But of course, it'll be fantastic to have it on Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, personally for me, I think we'll be waiting quite a while for this aircraft, seeing as Microsoft Flight Simulator does have quite a few FPS problems at subsonic speeds. I think having an airline at supersonic speeds could pose quite a big risk to many people's systems. But of course, it's a Concorde, what more can you say? The developer has said they found a fantastic way to model around with Mach 2 speeds in the flight model, and they've already started working on it to a certain degree and will focus on it once they get some more of their aircraft out, such as the F-14. They did say we could see it by the end of 2021, I'm not too sure if we will, but regardless, it is a fantastic aircraft. A lot of history in it, beautiful, and DC Designs don't charge the earth for their aircraft because they're not study level, so it could be a recipe for perfection for many people, including me, who will snap up this aircraft. Even if it isn't completely study level, which to be honest for the Concorde, I'm not too sure I'd want because I don't think you'd enjoy the experience, seeing as it's such a technical aircraft, at least in my opinion anyway. So there we have it guys, the best aircraft coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator. What are you excited for? It's been a top list of the aircraft that are looking really promising, both freeware, pay-ware, jetliner to propeller aircraft. It's a very exciting time to be a flight simmer, but from me today that is all. Thank you to my first class channel members, they get a shout out on the screen now. If you want to become a channel member, it's a fantastic way to support the channel. Click that blue join button. Be sure to like, comment and subscribe if you've enjoyed, but from me today that is all. Bye bye.